and ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to start tonight by showing you pictures of a 58-year-old man. His name is James Watson. And James Watson is from the United States of America, from Delaware or Cincinnati or wherever he's from. In these pictures, James Watson is sitting in a small room crouched with economically backward Hindus and members of the tribal community. And then the police come. When the police come, they found him crouching. They find him hiding. This man, James Watson, who is in that circle there, mysterious man, some people say that he's got American Army connections. He's been living for years in India on a business visa. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to sound alarmist, but in our country, we unfortunately, most unfortunately, we don't learn our lessons. Did we forget that two people, Tahawur Rana and David Coleman Headley, masterminds of the 26/11 attack, that they had come to India to do business as well? Two people, Tahawur Rana and James Coleman Headley, they came to India on a business visa as well. The similarity between Tahawur Rana and James Watson should not be lost on anyone. A, both have military links. Tahawur Rana was commissioned as a captain doctor in the Pakistani army in Quetta. And this man in those pictures, James Watson, is the son of a retired United States Navy official with strong military connections, we are told. Some reports also allege that he himself has been serving in the US Navy. What is he doing in a rural area of Maharashtra trying to convert innocent Hindus, innocent members of the tribal community? He comes here on a business visa, and Tahawur Rana, what he did was that he killed 166, ladies and gentlemen, along with David Coleman Headley, innocent Indians. We all know what he did. He is out here to convert innocent Hindus into Christians. He is not here to do business. He is here to convert Hindus. Watch very closely, ladies and gentlemen. This man's name is James Watson. What does he do? Well, to be very blunt about it, he targets Hindus. He specifically targets poor Hindus. He targets poor Hindu children. He says, drink wine, but do not take prasad. He says, if you take prasad, you will be a victim of superstition. He abuses Hindus. Ladies and gentlemen, when children fall sick, when poor children in our country fall sick, this man, James Watson, targets their families with evangelical black magic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very clear this is a concerted, calculated conspiracy, in my view, to convert Hindus from tribal communities into Christians and force them out of Hinduism. And there are some people who say, no, he's not converting any Hindus, this is free will. That's absolutely rubbish, it is not. Hindus, poor Hindus, are being deliberately induced into changing their religion, giving up Hinduism and becoming Christians. I am asking today, ladies and gentlemen, what are the rules? What are the rules against inducement to convert? Is inducing to convert poor people not illegal? Is it all right to go to poor people, give them money, promise them everything, show them some kind of black magic, and force them to give up Hinduism? When will we learn, ladies and gentlemen? Just 3 months ago, a man called Changur Baba in Uttar Pradesh was caught by the Yogi Adityanath government. He was arrested for running a mass conversion racket. He was being funded from the Middle East. That is Changu Baba, another mass converter. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the conversion mafia. And Republic is against the conversion mafia. Ladies and gentlemen, think logically, what are we doing in our country? Can an Indian national who is a Hindu, for example, can he go to the United States of America? Can he go to Delaware or Cincinnati or New York and say, I'm going to pay money to poor Americans to convert to Hinduism? Would Donald Trump allow it? And if Trump wouldn't, why are we? Some people will say, Arnab, you're a right-winger. I am a right-winger because this is right and what they are doing is wrong. No Indian can go to America, go to the United Kingdom and convert poor Christians, vulnerable Christians into Hindus. But in India, you can abuse Hindus. Listen to this ex-Aam Aadmi Party leader openly denouncing Hindu gods at a Buddhist event in 2022. Just listen to this.
मैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु और महेश को कभी ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी पूजा करूंगा। मैं राम और कृष्ण को ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी कभी पूजा करूंगा।
The point is this. Can you speak against deities or gods or beliefs or religious books of any other religion? No. But you can say whatever you want at a mass event against Hindus and Hindus' gods and Hindu faith and Hindu beliefs and Hinduism itself. And then we are told, oh, you need to be progressive. These people say Hinduism is superstitious. These mass converters, the conversion mafia, they say Hinduism is superstitious. Ladies and gentlemen, when a man in Punjab, a self-created, self-styled pastor Bajinder, a member of the conversion mafia, when he holds sick people, saying this will happen and that will happen in the name of Jesus, and they collapse, they fall, they collapse. My question is this superstition? I'm only asking a question. Is it wrong to ask a question? Is this superstition? And then that man, Bajinder, that same pastor, ladies and gentlemen, he molests and rapes young women. Are we not to be concerned about the real intentions of people like Bajinder? If there are people who are working inorganically in our country to convert India into a Hindu minority nation, should we not know? Should we not be concerned? If there is indeed a conspiracy to reduce Hindus to a minority in India, to reduce Hindus into a minority in their only motherland, should we not be concerned? Ladies and gentlemen, therefore think tonight, think of 3 images before we talk further. Think of the pictures. 1, Changu Baba. This man, member of the conversion mafia, lots of money, very rich, was taking money from all over to convert Hindus into Muslims. Think of Pastor Bajinder, the second visual tonight. A man who has done the worst of things to innocent young women, and who has used the worst forms of black magic and superstition to convert. And then think, ladies and gentlemen, of James Watson, this man who sits there and preys on poor Indians, poor tribal Hindus, and poor children in our country, on our soil. And then ask yourself, are the questions that I'm asking not relevant in our country? Is there not a conversion mafia in our country? Let's think, let's talk.